Hey everyone, this is Paul Kim with the Fast Results Group, your favorite Northern Virginia realtor working with the best team in Northern Virginia as well. You're probably here because you're thinking about moving to Northern Virginia, or at the very least you're here and you are curious as to what the real estate market looks like. Today we have a special treat for you. I want to show you a beautiful, beautiful home built by Classic Cottages in Arlington, Virginia. It's listed just over $3 million, 6 bedrooms, 6 baths. It's a brand new construction home. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the home. And then afterwards, we're going to look at the surrounding neighborhood and probably the most important information after that, which is how is it priced? Is it worth it? And is it the right home for you? Here at 3925 North Woodstock, I'm going to show you some of the reasons why Classic Cottages is probably one of the best quality luxury custom home builders here in Northern Virginia. So this home, it is just under 7,000 square feet. It has 6 bedrooms, 6 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, and listed currently at about $3.1 million. As soon as you walk into the front door, to the left, you're gonna have this beautiful, beautiful office where you can do all your work. As you can see, the windows are very tall and large, letting in a lot of natural light. So there's a bathroom over here as well. So if you really wanted, instead of an office, this could be your primary floor guest suite as well. And then as you walk into the other side of the entrance is your formal dining area. If you look up, you'll see the shallow tray ceilings. Maybe not noticeable to a lot of people, but it's in the little details where Classic Cottages really sets them apart. But if you come straight in, you can see immediately how open and massive this whole floor is. To the right side, you're gonna have your powder room for your guests. But basically, as you come in, this is gonna be where you spend most of your time in the house. You have the great room over here. Some details that we'll point out, we'll get to the screen porch in a second. But you have ceilings that match the floors. Again, the details. You have the fireplace with the quartz surround. Got the breakfast nook over in the back overlooking the actually more spacious backyard than you would think. You come to the kitchen, you have all the high-end appliances, this massive, massive, massive waterfall quartz island. And what's cool about the fridge and the freezer is that they're so big you have to separate the two. So on the right side, this is the fridge. Empty now, but you could fill it yourself. And then over here is the freezer. Got your mud room, which you can access through your 3-car garage. Or shall I say massive 3-car garage. And on beautiful sunny days like today, you can head out and enjoy your beautiful, beautiful screened-in porch. You can actually see there's much more usable yard space in this lot than most homes in Arlington. All right, we are going to walk you over to the primary suite. As soon as you walk in, again, you see the tray ceilings, gas fireplace with the quartz surround, massive windows, tons of natural light. And this is where it gets fun. Come into your bathroom. They have it actually staged with the French press and coffee maker, so you don't really have to go downstairs to get your coffee, depending on how addicted you are. Check this out. So in my family, this will probably be my area, and then everything else will belong to not me. But you know, I'm used to it by now. As soon as you walk downstairs, you have this huge entertaining space. You got the wet bar over there, same quartz countertops, with the gas fireplace, nice area to mount your TV. And if that upstairs wine fridge, wine cooler was not big enough for you, how about this guy? So as we walk this way, we do have one more bedroom over here. But this is where the gym is, or where your gym is going to be. Put a TV up somewhere, maybe get some mirrors, pull-up bar, floor is already ready for you. If you ever want to get some exercise, you don't have to go very far. Just wake up, come downstairs, start sweating. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at the location. Google Maps actually is a great tool if you're not familiar with the area. You can see how close you are to certain destinations that's important to you, like your workplace, how long your commute is. If you are looking for grocery stores, we can do some of that. And actually, one of the features that we like to use, if you're not really familiar with the area and you're probably moving here, again, it's kind of common sense, but go in, look at Street View. Now, this actually is not the house that we're looking at. Obviously, this is the old house. It's been torn down. It's been rebuilt. But you can take a look around. I'm gonna zoom out here a little bit. We are in the northern Arlington area. 22207 is the zip code. You're gonna have McLean over this way, just west. And then as we go south, obviously you can hit South Arlington. You get Alexandria this way. This is our first point of interest right here, Ronald Reagan National Airport, which is abbreviated DCA. That's where a lot of people fly in and out of. So let's see exactly how far it is from DCA. It's a short 16-minute commute, 10-minute. Again, it depends on the time of day, traffic time, but roughly 16 minutes. Right here, as soon as you cross over the Potomac, you have DC, and depending on where you have to go to DC, the commute is going to vary as well. And then one thing that I do want to show you, the other airport, Dulles, is actually further out, 30 minutes. Dulles is a little bit bigger than IAD, and a lot of times internationally, you're going to have more flights going in and out of Dulles. But what's nice is that you are able to hop on this 267 here, which is the Dulles toll road. And if you hop on at the right place, you're actually able to avoid the tolls if you're going straight to the airport. So that's a cool little trick. Tyson's right here is an area where is pretty busy. A lot of restaurants. Tyson's Corner is out this way. Galleria is out this way. It's a place where you're probably going to do some shopping, and a lot of offices are here as well. That's an area that you should, or you may want to be familiar with. If you are someone who enjoys the outdoors, got some hiking area right here, Scotts Run Nature's Preserve, and then of course the Great Falls National Park is up here as well, which is a beautiful, beautiful place to hike. If you're new to the area and moving to Arlington, if the house is here, one of the most, let's say busy, one of the most busy roads that kind of takes you all around the DMV area is going to be this 495 right here. You can follow my cursor. You can already see there's traffic because there is a lot of traffic, because there's a lot of cars, because there's a lot of people. All right, but we call this the Beltway in this area because it's kind of a belt. Haha. But it's a belt that goes around DC. The other one, especially if you're in Arlington, that you're probably going to have to pay attention to is this road, 66. All right, this guy goes east and west. We won't cover this too much in detail right now, but when you go from 66 on, when you're going 66 east over 495, which is the Beltway, and now you're quote unquote inside the Beltway, this is where the tolls get a little bit complicated. Not really complicated, you just have to pay toll, so it gets really expensive as well. Again, not going to go too much into that, but you can learn about that later. All right, location wise, that's where Arlington is. That's where this particular house is. Tyson's, again, is probably one of the biggest areas for shopping. You can see you have the VHC hospital here, very suburban. Again, if you want to learn more about the neighborhood itself, reach out to me. I can show you the neighborhood. I have some videos about Arlington, but if there's anything specific you're looking for, like what does this particular road look like actually driving through it, reach out to me, let me know. Last thing I'll point out for now is this cool little place, Chesterbrook Shopping Center. It's actually in McLean. It does have a Safeway there for groceries, very close to your home. And this place, Call Your Mother Little Deli, it's a food truck, but it's a food truck that's based out of Georgetown, and it's actually a nice little bagel sandwich place. I think the main one that I get actually is this guy, the Sun City with the pastrami. The spicy honey is so good. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just like a slightly spicy, slightly sweet touch to the bagel. It's not an ad, but it's good. All right, so that's the area. Again, if you have any specific questions about the area, whether it's Arlington, Northern Virginia, again, just reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer them in whatever way I can. And here's the last piece of what I want to show you today is how does this house compare to basically what the rest of the market is saying? If you're actually interested in this home at 3925 North Woodstock, is it overpriced? Why is it sitting? How long has it been sitting? How much should I pay for it? What's everybody else paying for it? These are all questions that you should be asking yourself so that if it is a home that you like, you're able to get in for the best possible value for you. I went ahead and I pulled 6 homes in this 22207 region that sold in the last 180 days. As you can see, this home right here, this is our home, the Woodstock home that we're talking about, listed just above 3 million. You see 2 more up this way, which we'll look at, that are priced higher and lower. And then we see a few more throughout the 22207 zip code. So this guy, this is our home. Again, 3925 North Woodstock Street. All right, you can see, I don't need to show you all these pictures because you just saw the video. But you can look at things like square footage. You can see the number of rooms, see really why it is priced that way. Let me change the view here and go into Asian thumbnail. All right, so this guy. So we'll go down here to the first one. This one's listed at 2.3, which seems to be a lot less. Why? The lot size is much smaller. Yep, it's still under construction, so we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. One thing that I do want to point out is that this home over here at North Woodstock is built by Classic Cottages. And if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that Classic Cottages is one of the luxury, let's call them premier builders in Arlington. And so because of the quality of their homes, oftentimes they will sell at a premium. So that's also something to consider when you're buying homes in this area. Who is the builder? Now, I'm not going to talk about every single builder that's in this list because, I mean, I have different opinions about different builders, as does everybody else. If you are interested in it, again, reach out to me and I'll give you my unbiased, complete opinion. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to say that Classic Cottages, they build great homes. And because of that, sometimes they get a premium for their home. Is it worth it? Again, that's up to you. This guy at 4009 20th. This is actually another Classic Cottage home. So this would be a pretty good comparison here. This one sold a little bit under 2.9, a little bit smaller lot. This guy, you know what? This is getting very long. So let's focus on these two. So you zoom in. Let's stay in North Arlington, actually just down the street here. Let's see, let's check out this home. Club Manor. Built by M&R Custom Homes. It's a little bit bigger. It's at 7,200 square feet. 9-foot ceilings. A little bit more yard, right? 0.39 acres. As opposed to the 0.3. New construction home is sold at 3.45 in a little under 2 months. All right, let's look at the home. Again, beautiful home, a little bit different of a style, more of a classic craftsman as opposed to the modern boxy look. 3-car garage. Looks like it has the white oak floors. Some of the brighter finishings. A lot of times homes are just based on their own individual tastes. So buyers will like some homes and not others. Like if you like a modern home with sleek black finishes, then maybe it's not going to be the home for you. If you like more of a bright, warm home, maybe this is the one. Anyways, this one listed at about 3.35. So the question here is this: if it were you buying the home, do you think, based on what you see in terms of the numbers, and I could break down the numbers for you, but I won't do it here. Let's say the numbers were all kind of similar, right? From a personal, slightly subjective perspective, because that actually does come into play. is this home at 3.35 worth more than the Woodstock home that I showed you on video earlier by about $300,000? Would you pay $300,000 more for this home? Because that's what this one sold at. Okay. And then last but not least, let's show you the cheaper one. This guy, 2.7. Let's look at the pictures. 2-car garage instead of 3. Nice windows. Slightly different color scheme. Very modern. Got that stone surround for the fireplace. Nice patio. Got the thick white quartz. Just one dishwasher. I thought there was 2. Mudroom, etc., etc. If you were seriously considering buying this home that we were looking at Woodstock, what we would do is take a list of all these homes in the area, do the comps, run the numbers in terms of how they compare to the way that Woodstock is listed, and see where in the range it falls. Like, is it on the high side? Is it on the low side? If we do a quick comparison here, if just with these the 7 homes that I showed you, just real quick, you can see that Woodstock is kind of in the middle, right? There's 2 homes that are more expensive. There's a bunch that are less for whatever reason. Just even real quick, like you can see this one sold in December. So December is a slower time in the market overall because people are concerned with the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, even until New Year's. The market gets slow. So if you're familiar with the real estate market at all, because there is less demand during this time, a lot of times you might be able to actually find a deal if you are a buyer. Now the problem is, if you're a buyer looking at this time, the sellers know that too. The demand is low, so they don't always want to sell during the winter market. But sometimes people have to sell because of life circumstances. Sometimes they have to move, maybe they're getting married, they're having kids, whatever it is, they have to sell. And if you're able to find a home that you like, and the timing happens to be in the winter time, you could get a deal. I'm not saying that is why this one home sold for 2.3. It might be, it might not be, but it may play a factor. Point being, just real quick, looking at this home at 3925 North Woodstock, price wise, it falls into the mid-range. What it might be worth to you and what you might be willing to pay for is going to differ on who you are, what you're looking for, when you're looking for it, etc., etc. If it is a home that you are considering, you definitely should reach out to me so that we get to talk about it and make sure that we're all on the same page between me, you, and the market to see what the good decision would be. So there you have it. You have now seen 3925 North Woodstock in Arlington, Virginia. Probably one of the most beautiful homes that I've seen on the market to date. Now you kind of have an idea of what's around that area. And then more importantly, if you like the neighborhood, is that particular home the right home for you based on the statistics that you're seeing? I know I threw sort of a lot of information at you, and you probably still have a lot more questions. If you are somebody that's looking to move into this home in particular or into Northern Virginia in general, as usual, feel free to reach out to me. My information is below. Feel free to shoot me a text, call me, email me. I'll be happy to respond and help you in whatever way I can. Talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in.